All right, so all I've been hearing is that Conor McGregor has the touch of death in his left hand. He can stop anyone, anywhere, with the power he possesses in his left hand. Now, he seems to be banking on this left hand being able to stop Mayweather, as does the entire MMA community. When asked how Conor can win, everyone seems to say that all Conor needs to do is catch Floyd with the left hand, and it's a done deal. End of story. So let's look at some of Conor's MMA fights. As we can see, he clearly does have a strong left hand, but is it really the touch of death? I mean, come on now. Let's break this down. First of all, he is not stretching any of these dudes, excluding Jose Aldo, which was a perfect hit right on the chin, and it caught Jose running right into it. And second, this is with 4-ounce gloves on. Obviously, against Mayweather, there's going to be 10-ounce gloves that will be used. Not only will these gloves diminish the power because of the extra padding, but it will also be more difficult to split the guard, and it will be easier to smother the punches. But forget about all that. From watching Conor's old fights, he is not stretching any of these dudes. Like I said, other than Jose Aldo and kind of Dustin Porier, who he did hit on the back of the head several times. Anyways, none of these guys were just hit with the touch of death left hand and went down for the count. Conor does land good, strong shots, but he almost always needs to ground and pound these guys while he gets on top of them and he just starts wailing away. Now, this is a luxury that McGregor will not have in boxing. Say, for example, Conor does catch Floyd. Floyd can take a knee, regroup, buy some time, and then continue with the fight. I mean, for example, look at the Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs fight. If Triple G was able to knee Jacobs in the ribs after he knocked him down and then follow up with an onslaught of punches while Jacobs was on the ground, then you could assume that there would be a higher propensity for a knockout or a ref stoppage. Fight! Let's look at the Juan Manuel Marquez KO over Manny Pacquiao. Now, just by watching this fight, you could say that Juan Manuel Marquez has the touch of death in his hand, kind of just like by watching Conor knock out Jose Aldo, you could say that he has a touch of death as well. Although one could make the argument that if Conor did not follow up with the hammer fist on Jose Aldo's face, possibly Jose could have gotten up and continued, but I mean, we'll just say that in that fight he had the touch of death. So like I just said, you could make the same argument about Juan Manuel Marquez, by the way that he knocked out Manny Pacquiao, and we also know that there was absolutely no way Pacquiao was getting up after that hit. And he ran into the shot just like Jose Aldo did. Now you can bring up Memo, Heredia, the acne on the back, or the fact that Marquez was brought up to a higher weight. But nevertheless, when Juan Manuel Marquez fought Floyd Mayweather, or even Timothy Bradley, the touch of death didn't help him at all. I mean, he wasn't able to do anything. I mean, you can even remember when he fought Mike Alvarado. He did knock Alvarado down. Alvarado got up and then actually knocked Marquez down. So just by watching the Pacquiao fight, you could say that Marquez had the touch of death. Just by watching the Jose Aldo fight, you could say Conor has a touch of death. But we all know Marquez did absolutely nothing against Floyd Mayweather. In any event, it's getting a little bit old hearing the whole MMA community talk about this touch of death. It's going to be interesting to see how hard Conor actually hits. I mean, especially by looking at all of his stoppages, which are almost always followed up with the ground and pound. Again, something that is completely not allowed in boxing. And I don't see Conor just hitting anyone and them just falling down. I mean, there were a couple, but I don't think solely relying on this touch of death is going to do any good. Furthermore, as we discussed, the 10-ounce gloves gives a huge advantage to Mayweather blocking and smothering these punches. So let me know what you guys think. Does Conor really have the touch of death? I mean, is it possible that Maidana hits harder than Conor, that Mosley or Canelo actually hits harder than Conor? It's just that Conor catches him and he's able to capitalize on it by doing the ground and pound, which is definitely allowed in MMA, but as we said, not in boxing. Anyways, let's see. I guess it'll be interesting to see how this touch of death plays in the world of boxing. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Take care and have a great day.